if Aaron Rodgers were to leave, we're going to be hypothetically speaking, what would be the best team for Aaron Rodgers?
Ooh, I don't know the best fit because so many moves have to happen for a quarterback to go somewhere. So it doesn't matter who has receivers if you don't have a line. Doesn't matter if you have a line if you don't have receivers. Doesn't matter if it's a new coach or an existing coach, right? I think one thing he will do, though, I do not think he will go to a cold weather team. I'm going to leave it. I just think when he was out there so cold yesterday in that 0-degree weather.
You could tell it.
I think he was like, I'm done with it. So now that kind of puts us in the category of the Dolphins, of the Raiders, of the 49ers, somebody like that. But I do not see him going to Philly. I do not see him going to the Bears. And again, those are just cold weather city. To the Giants, I just don't see it happening because I think if he leaves, I just think he's going to a warm weather city.
And I think with him being who he is, if he were to go to a team that's kind of maybe hovering on the cusp of doing some great things, I think he has enough pull to be able to talk with management and make some big moves. To, like I said, if it's a team that lacks, the line, the offensive line plays in question. Okay, now you make some offseason moves. You make some moves in the draft to bolster up that line to protect him. And obviously, like I said, from an externally, you got to have some playmakers. You got to have some receivers, and you got to have a decent running game. You look at Miami Dolphins. I think that's a great situation. Houston Texans.
Not so much. Again, to build your roster, you also have to have the pieces available. And I don't think there's no all-pro receivers out there that's going to be a free agent. I don't think there's no all-pro left tackles, and I think that's what a lot of these teams need. But again, free agency comes. Some of these guys are going to get released, so we'll see. But a lot of things have to fall in place. Personally, I think for Aaron Rodgers to leave and have a better situation than what he has in Green Bay.
Yeah, just watching his post game, bro, you could just tell that he was pondering.
He was cold.
That was. Cold. Besides being cold, but I think obviously, like you said, the way that they lost. Understand they were up in that game. Like if I would have turned on the game before the blocked field goal, I'm like, okay. And if they would have kicked that, I'm like, they're going to win the game.
Yeah, defense was balling.
That's what I'm saying. I would have been like, there's no way that, the 49ers win this game. But that one play, I'm telling you, it turned the game, the momentum of the game. You could tell it. You can even see it and hear it with the crowd. Like they were stunned. Like it was almost like they had just had like a walk-off touchdown. They were stunned. And so when you look at, I think his future, and I think that's one of the things that he said he needs to take some time this next week or two to assess. I could just tell his wheels were turning like, man, this is not the outcome that I was expecting.
Absolutely.
Now you're dealt a new deck of cards that, you weren't really ready to see. Because I'm sure they all, had aspirations to obviously be playing here in Los Angeles, out here in this sunny sunshine of a state, getting ready for the Super Bowl here in a couple of weeks. But it's unfortunate. And I wish, honestly, I wish Aaron Rodgers the best. And I think too, but you look at the makeup of their team, like, it's great to have 2 and 3 receivers, but you got to have somebody that can make some plays. You look at, Devontae Adams. He was the only guy making plays, for Aaron. That's why that game was so close. What happened to the Allen Lazard? What happened to Randall Cobb? Those guys weren't really making plays, for them to really extend drives and keep the chains moving. Like I said, next year, that's a lot to factor in. Will Randall Cobb be there? Will they have some other receivers that can add, to be a complement? Will Allen Lazard be able to make that leap to be a better option, over from Devontae Adams? He's made some great strides thus far. Looking for him to obviously to keep building. Is that what Aaron Rodgers, does he want to stay there another year in that cold weather to see that happen? Who knows?